Men don't want to pay for dinner, but they're happy to pay for OnlyFans.
Oh.
I think that's our conundrum.
Oh, my God.
Wake that up.
Honey, clock it.
Welcome back to Girls Rewatch, a podcast about girls
TV.
and girls on TV. I'm Amelia Ritaller.
And I'm Evan Lazarus. And today we are doing season 1, episode 5.
The power of female sex. And we're really lucky to be joined in the studio today by
Our
a
dear
third-timer.
friend.
A third-timer.
Oh, my God.
Yes, third-time guest matched only by
We
Tessa
say,
Bell.
it's when we bring someone on for the third time, we also say 3 times as
Yeah.
well. That's coming on.
Third timer, 3 times.
It's actually
Third
you can't
timer.
speak yet. You can listen to him discuss season 1 finale of Girls with us and the season 4 episode 3 of Broad City, where Alana shits in her unitard. Never forget.
Oh my God. And if you own a podcast network and you say, I don't want to do Girls Rewatch, but I do want to talk to a gay guy, reach out to Charlie Flynn, who we have on the podcast today.
Wait, what?
Evan's trying to
launch
get me a
podcast.
podcast deal.
We'll see how this goes.
Wait, so I'm the first one who's been on every show?
No.
Girl, don't come in all hot like that.
That was a question.
No.
Girl, I was recording the conversation we had before
Yeah?
we started.
Oh, I think so, actually, yeah.
Writer and
But you're not the
comedian and
first
close
third.
friend of the pod. You're the first one on the pod to cover all 3 shows just like us. You're basically a third host.
I'm thrilled to be here.
It's
Third chair of the Girls Rewatch.
We've really grown up. I think the first time we were all 21.
Yeah,
Yep.
we absolutely were.
Yeah.
No, I've also been in all 3
Studio
studios.
spaces,
Yeah.
Hasidic Williamsburg, Bushwick, and now the World Trade Center.
Moving on up, literally.
Where the hell are we going to head to next?
I don't know. honey.
Space?
The moon.
Before we hop into the episode discussion, I wanted to give a little background on what was going on back in 1998.
July 5th.
July 5th, 1998. It was a Sunday, and this episode aired. This episode is directed by the same woman who directed the pilot of Sex and the City. And Darren Star wrote this episode, but the story was written by Jenny Cohen, who, by the way, created Weeds and Orange is the New Black. So this was the beginning of everything, if we're being honest. And then Balzac is like a huge part of this episode, the new
Yes.
restaurant. That is inspired by this French restaurant called Balhazar
Yes.
that had opened the year before and was like trendy and chic.
And it's so funny because those 2 places don't look anything alike.
Right.
Well, because
And-
it's a classic bistro Zin bar. That's a classic zinc bar at a French bistro. And this is contemporary 90s leopard print shine.
I liked how she was going up the stairs to go to the bathroom. It was just like
Oh,
an
yeah, it's
upstairs
That's
bathroom
that's
there.
such gay bar behavior.
Yeah.
I
And this
lo-
place was just called Balzac, which sounds like
Yes.
Balzac, which has to be on purpose.
No, that's just a thing though, because the coffee shop on my university campus was the same name, and
Balzac?
yeah, Balzac's.
Okay.
If you guys ask me nicely later on in the episode, I'll tell you about my herring
Show
tail
us
at
your
Balzac.
So basically, this episode was all about like the politics of female sex and its power over men, and how women
Hello.
weaponize or use it to their advantage or
None of us have
disadvantage.
experience.
Yeah, I
in
was
the
going
field.
to say, I'm the perfect guest.
I'm like, it's perfect for us 3. This is
And
the
this is going to be a
episode.
really rewarding conversation for you to have.
Oh, I know.
Two
Being in the middle
non-women.
of this is gonna feel good and right, and I'm gonna go home feeling high as a kite.
Journal is going to
I'm
be empty.
gonna be honest.
tonight.
I probably have more experience as having sex as a woman than you do.
Take it back.
Have you seen those tweets recently where anytime anyone like tweets something vulnerable, people just reply, "Did the journal factory explode?"
That is so funny. Okay, a little bit of background. This is the episode where Carrie bumps into international party girl Amalita and her latest man Carlo in the shoe store, who in turn introduces her to the French architect Gilly. He leaves Carrie $1,000 on the nightstand after a one-night stand, and Charlotte meets Neville Morgan, a renowned artist who paints pictures of her vagina for his latest exposition. And Samantha, of course, tries to get a reservation at this place.
We're not using the C word today. Okay.
Charlie.
The C word, Charlie. No, I have a whole section called cunt.
We make up new acronyms for it. Chicken under Nutella tomato.
It's a neighborhood. The crossing under North Tribeca.
Now y'all have heard it Dumbo, but have you heard it cunt?
Chinatown under Nutella tomato.
It's gotta have Nutella in there.
No. Okay.
No.
No.
it
Hey.
doesn't. No hazelnut.
Last bit of background I want to give on this is like 1998. We're at the peak of like female sexuality, women seeking pleasure is finally like this liberated thing where it's like go fuck girl, yes, go off. And now it's kind of
it's a contemporary take of we find the transition of, and Samantha does a great analogy to this where she talks about how men give, women receive, and then Miranda has a big confounding emotion where she goes, that's the same argument they've been using for the last decade to control women. And I think that is a synthesis of like what this whole episode is about.
Yes, and what is so cool about that is that topic gets brought up. It's amazing, and then we get both those amazing topic sentences, and then Carrie goes, "Guys, shut up," and then Miranda immediately is like, "The salmon's good. Should we get another?"
I do love that they get room service on him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And she invites everyone to come get room service.
It's like all feminism boils down to that they're all hangry.
No, this episode was a lot about someone being really hungry.
Right, but it's kind of a kaleidoscopic look at the vagina and the power it holds.
I'm so glad you two are here today to discuss.
Well, that's how it all wraps up at the end when they give the hostess the tampon, and it's like that's another way of.
I cannot wait to talk about that section.
Vagina holds power.
The vagina holds power.
The cunt.
The cunt.
I don't like it when you say it.
But I wanted to cut to 2026.
Should I do it with a British accent? Is that better?
I want to cut to 2026. What are we looking at right now? The paradox of empowerment. I don't know if you guys are getting these like feminist front-facing TikToks.
I know you are.
But I am.
My account.
The Evan Sile thing.
But basically,
what about my brand?
We're swinging back from the sex positivity of the early aughts, and we reckon with a sexual revolution disproportionately benefiting men. The pressure to be available or liberated creates a new form of conformity where the rise of hookup culture aligns more closely with typical male desires than female ones, leading back to women once again feeling used. And because of the sexual liberation, sex has been extremely devalued. And so you see this a lot in like men don't want to pay for dinner anymore. Men want to be like, just come over at 3 a.m. Like they aren't like pursuing women in the same way because sex is now like on the table way more than like back in this era. It was very much like Charlotte's like, well, he better buy me dinner first.
Men don't want to pay for dinner, but they're happy to pay for OnlyFans.
Oh.
I think that's our conundrum.
Oh my God.
Wake that up.
Honey, clock it.
The whole time you're talking about this, it's bring up this video, Andrea Dorkin to Feminist. There was this famous TV show back in the 80s or 70s where it's like literally 5 white men and then they would bring in guests sometimes. So it's Andrea Dorkin debating 5 elderly white men in the UK about if sex is rape or not.
Jubilee.
The original Jubilee.
But it's Andrea Dorkin demolishing 5. Like it's like woman.
Literally demolished.
The way Jubilee, I've watched so many videos. I'm like, I should have a BA in sociology at this point. They need to email me a PDF.
A BA in Jubilee.
Yeah. With a minor in kind of Bon Appetit kitchen.
Yes.
Oh my God. R.I.
I walked
Rest in.
Rest
in Nutella tomato.
I was walking down the street the other day and I saw like into someone's apartment. They were watching on their huge TV one of those videos where people pop the balloons if they don't want to like date the person. You know what I'm talking about?
I thought you were gonna say Girls Rewatch.
You haven't seen those where they like
pop the
there's like a
balloons.
line of like 5 guys in just like in like a studio and they're all holding balloons and then they like bring out a girl and if they see the girl they pop the balloon. They don't want to hook up with her and then
It's
they can ask her
so
questions
good.
and as she's talking they might pop the balloon. They do it with the other way too.
They do
but
they mostly do it the other way.
Okay,
honestly.
so it's actually woke.
it's woke when they do girls to men.
Girls to
are
men.
part of the
Hello.
problem. Women to men.
Girls and the rewatch. Wait a second. Are we part of the problem?
We created it.
I do
to
think
be honest.
I created the problem, and I continue to purvey the problem with Girls Rewatch and Girl Church. Like, girl,
I saw a TikTok actually on the way here that was like someone complaining about like the idea of like girl math and girl dinner and this and that and how it's like unfeminist. And I was like, oh, I should send it to Amelia. She'd like that. And then I was like, she might not like that. Actually.
Just so you
I'm not
know,
sure where she falls.
I've seen it. I liked it. I
lived
saved
it.
it, and then I looked in the
Well,
mirror and I said, "Bitch."
Well, the thing what you're doing, and I will give you this credit, where Girls was used
time
by
for
Lena Dunham
everything.
as it's satirical, right? So we're stealing the brand of the satirism for Girls Rewatch, and you do the same for Girl Church.
No, literally, I'm taking the power back.
Period.
Yeah, it's actually subverting. But you know what the problem with that is most people don't pick up on that.
Okay, but you're not appealing to them. You're appealing to your audience.
No, absolutely.
And that's what you always say. And that's why you won't do comedy in Manhattan.
Now, Charlie, tell us, where do you fall in terms of Sex and the City being a part of your life, your culture?
Sex and the City, I have to be honest, is not a huge part of my life.
What the fuck?
I've seen a lot of it, but I have not seen it in full.
What?
I know, isn't it crazy?
Wait, what?
I know I need to, because
No,
even
like,
watching
that's
it
actually
this morning,
disappointing.
I was like,
can you do a different take?
I watched the first season a long time ago and liked it, but I never watched the rest of it.
Charlie,
and so,
what the hell?
Let me speak.
No, I'm like upset.
But I do remember my junior year of high school, 2 of my teachers found out that I hadn't seen Sex and the City, and they were like, "You gotta watch it."
In 11th grade?
In 11th grade,
well, I'm sure you were besties with Miss Callie or whatever.
It was Miss Gebler and Dr. Rayback. They
Yeah.
were like the English teacher and the journalism teacher.
Dr. Rayback.
And they were
Dr.
like,
Rayback, he
this
was
needs to be a
crazy.
part of your media diet
He was
ASAP,
like,
honey.
"You haven't seen Sex in the City?" I was like, "Okay."
It is like for somebody to have seen every episode of America's Next Top Model and not even season 3 of the show.
I know. But when I was watching the episode, I was like, "This show is good."
Oh,
I
it
should
is
go ahead and
fucking good,
really
girl.
tap back in. But I also got kicked off my sister's HBO Max
I'll help.
recently, so it's a whole thing.
I'll figure it out for you.
I'll get you on mine.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
download every episode directly onto your computer. If
Okay.
you want.
Yeah, by the way, we'll just share the Dropbox link, baby.
But I did like this episode a lot. And I feel like I was noticing watching this, like, I've seen like later episodes of Sex in the City, but not all of it. But you really notice in like the first season of a show like this when it's still like so stylized. You know what I mean? Like it's still like trying stuff out. Like it was making me think of the last time I watched the first season of Gilmore Girls, which like that season, when you really watch the first one, it's like so weird and like atmospheric and like kind of artistic.
No,
you know
you're
what
like,
I mean?
okay, sure, let's do that angle.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I guess we're gonna have the troubadour for about 3 minutes on the Halloween episode. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird and a little bit.
But
and
I like that.
And I know I like it too. And I was noticing that like with
like
this,
when Carrie hugs Amelita and then is like, she's a party girl.
Yeah. Or when she's like when she leaves the date and she's like walking on air and she like floats up.
When she
like,
floats
all
away
those
for a
little
sec,
things.
I
I was
said-
like, this is so cool.
I said, y'all are being crazy, cat.
Which like I'm
literally-
sure they do stuff like that later on, but I feel like it's so heightened in like the first, like they're
Yeah.
really like figuring out the look.
Oh,
of it.
but this episode particularly it feels a little supernatural.
It's giving whimsical AF.
And then anytime any of the girls have any reaction, Carrie comes in with like pun comedy.
It's so funny because it is like a very
so fun comedy.
it's a very serious episode kind of about the politics of sex and what it means like to be a woman and use your sexuality.
Yeah.
And like that is kind of a deep and layered thing. And then they're like, so we're gonna make
Kinda.
so we're gonna make Carrie say as many puns as possible. She's like, well, Venice may be sinking, but my morals won't.
That was a good one.
Oh, she's so good.
Oh, she's
they make
so
her
good.
so funny in the first season.
Yeah.
She's so hilarious at
whole
the table.
episode-
She's being comedian.
And
So
she does
funny.
I like one of my favorite things is that, and this is a good portrayal if you're actually funny or not, where Carrie, we can go into semantics of that episode in a second, but Carrie is asking that they're like, should we get another bottle of wine for the table? And Carrie goes, totally. What is everyone else gonna
What
drink?
does everyone else want?
And then the whole table crashes.
classic joke.
But the feeling is, it's like when you ask a gay person, you're like, and you're gay, right? And they're like, I didn't say I was gay. It's the same breath as that, where the person has the right tonality and understands comedy, they can deliver in a way that feels new again. And Carrie has that. She has the je ne sais quoi of storytelling, and that's why she's continually funny, infinitely.
That is one of the best things to do as a gay guy. Like that's something that never gets old, especially when you get a new job, when you get into a new situation, and like the first time somebody says something about you being gay when you're obviously gay, you're like, I never said I was gay, or like, oh, who told? Like, oh, it gets so good.
But
It goes
I actually
so far.
hate it because if you're doing a group of other gay guys and someone does it. And then I go, oh, that's fun. And then I try to bring up the idea where it's like, we all love to say that. And to them, they're always being like, I invented that idea. I'm
Well,
the
that's what you
genesis.
don't do that around other gay guys. You do that
they
around
do.
like girls you work with in marketing. Like,
Yes, come on, please. It's so when a tour guide has like prescribed jokes for
it's the
every
best. It's the
situation.
best.
Oh, don't take me back to the Everglades.
Oh my god, yeah. I was
That guy was pissing me off. It was a tight set. It was, but
he's got it down to his
there.
science.
It's like you could tell he's been doing. It's like if what's Hacks season 1.
Deborah Vance.
Deborah Vance like doing her old shtick in Las
She's only
Vegas,
Deborah Vance in
and
season
it's like,
one.
oh, like this guy needs bisexual Ava
Yeah,
Daniels to
we
come
gotta
in and
spruce it
really
up a little
reinvent the
bit.
wheel.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
need a
yeah.
Gen Z perspective.
He's,
Yeah.
he's pausing for laughs that haven't come in 20 years.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Anyways, let's cut to our first break, and when we get back, we will not help but wonder. Evan, you know how I haven't changed the way I put on makeup since 11th grade, and it needs to change.
Yeah, I've seen disturbing photos of you from high school. Girl, you looked like you were a 40-year-old secretary.
Oh yeah,
And nothing wrong with that.
no, but I am aging backwards, especially thanks to Jones Road Beauty Miracle Balm. Oh my god, I've been having so much fun. So the Miracle Balm, it literally works as like lip, cheek, even eyeshadow. I've been having fun because then it looks like cohesive, and I've been putting just that on. Like I filmed like a vertical thing earlier this week, and I literally just like wore that, and I looked all done up, and I felt
It's
like a
color
girl.
maxing.
It's color maxing. It's
Yeah.
looks maxing.
Your looks maxing with it. Honestly, you know my mom uses it every day. And by the way, you both look 20.
Oh my god, stop
Yeah,
it.
you're
Stop
killing
it. I like it because who knows what bacteria is growing on the brushes I got 8 years ago. Shout out. This is brush free, just using my finger. I wash my hands like legit every day.
Well, at least once.
You know how we're flying to Austin, Texas on Friday?
Yeah, I booked my ticket.
Yeah, well, you know how I'm only taking a Karen and you're only taking a backpack? Thank God I have Jones Road Beauty because my Miracle Balm is like simplifying the entire packing situation. It's just going to fit right in there.
Yes. Wait, my mom loves Jones Road Beauty because it's actually like so good for your skin.
Oh, and I know Tracy's looking up those qualities.
Yeah, you don't give a woman a phone, a tablet, and a computer, and she doesn't use that whole ecosystem to figure out what's happening on her topical ecosystem.
Also, they don't just have the Miracle Balm. I want to try like everything from them now. They have the Shadow Stick, which sounds perfect for me. And they have the Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer, which is really going to help me with my whole cake situation that I've been living in for the last 15 years.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to mention anything, but thank God Jones Road Beauty did.
Modern day beauty that's clean, strategic, and multifunctional for the effortless routines.
For a limited time, our listeners are getting a free shimmer face oil on their first purchase when they use code GIRLSREWATCH at checkout.
Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code GIRLSREWATCH at checkout. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them you heard from us. And we're back from the break.
Okay, so we're at Bowls and Dick.
So Carrie and Samantha are waiting for a table at the New Hip Spot Balzac. Carrie is alluding to being broke AF,
Balls.
and Samantha is pissed about not getting a table. She's like, I work in PR, and Carrie's a writer.
The way I get about I'm gonna place, I'm like, I host a podcast, Girls Rewatch. Open the fucking door.
I did love that, like this being so like the first season, like first few episodes of a show that like was pre TiVo or pre like anything,
Yes.
where it's like start of the episode, our two characters are saying, I own my own PR firm and you're a famous writer.
Yeah.
You know what this is, Amelia? When we went to go see Sasha Mamet and Andrew Reynolds do a talk at the 92nd Y, and they wouldn't let us in for 30 minutes, and then the doors open, and Amelia skips the whole line. She goes, we're part of Girls Rewatch, and then we cut the whole line.
And then you made content.
We were told we were going to make content, but
Well, they were like, you
no,
need.
it's not.
They were like,
makes
you need to
sense.
come a half an hour early to make content, and then they wouldn't let us in for half an hour, and I was like, we're in a rush, like, we gotta get the content, or they're gonna be pissed at us.
And we left with a mug.
Also, great writing in this episode when Samantha comes back and she's like, give me a 20. And Carrie's like, you think if, and she says, give me a 50. She's like, you think if I had a 50, I'd give it to you?
Yeah,
And I was
and-
like, okay, Carrie doesn't have money.
But you know what's pissing
it's
me off
good.
about this is I immediately am getting jealous in that interaction because they're both like sipping gorgeous Cosmos.
I know.
And I'm like, in today's economy, those two Cosmos would cost $50.
Right. And I love that they like step out and you realize it's daytime. Like they were going for lunch.
No,
I
that
love
And
that.
it's a work
me
day.
up.
It's a work day. Like, oh my God. We used to actually like, not to overuse the phrase, but we did used to be a country. Like
No, I know.
we used to go have Cosmos
so
at lunch.
fucking chic. And I
Right.
hate to say this, the only city in America, there's two, I think, that keep this culture alive, which is Austin to New Orleans.
I knew you were gonna say New Orleans.
No, it's true.
Austin and
the
New Orleans
concept
go
of
to
a day
lunch.
drink, like when I go to Austin, you go to a coffee shop, but people are drinking beer there all day because everything's a brew and bro.
Totally.
So you get to just enjoy. It's more casual.
The way
I love to bring up a brew and a brew.
the way you're addicted to be like Austin's Brew and
Brew and
Brew.
Brew.
And I'm like, I can't wait for us to go to Austin.
Amelia is from Austin.
I can't wait for us
doesn't
to go to
know.
Austin and be like, where are the
Where's
Brew
the
and
hell's the brew
Brews?
and brew?
At the Lazarus Brewery, they do coffee in the morning. It's called Lazarus Brewery.
Okay, yeah, we'll go.
We have to.
I'd be honored.
My
I'll take your picture
namesake.
there. Yeah.
I finally figured out my hair, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's gonna be amazing for you to have good hair in Austin
I
because
know,
it's humid
never,
there. It's not
I
so
used to only
easy.
wear hats.
Guys,
Yeah.
they're missing my birthday party to go to South by Southwest in Austin.
We're gonna be celebrating there. Don't worry, girl.
The way I was like, I don't want to miss Charlie's birthday, and Evan was like, I bought a ticket.
We're going.
Spirit Airlines said yes.
$100, please.
This is my gift to you.
Okay, so they like break for lunch. They go get Ty real quick, and then Carrie is like,
And you were tired saying that too.
They got the sage lunch special.
Carrie goes to Dolce and Gabbana because she is like testing the theory to see if shopping is a way to release the creative unconscious.
Which, yes, it is.
Which, by the way, people are always talking about how if you look around at a coffee shop now, everybody is just online shopping. And I'm like, they're releasing
They're
their
releasing the
creative
creative
unconscious.
That's what I was me doing my like intros to humanities class on Essence every single time or eBay. I literally all of college, girl.
They didn't have Pinterest back then.
No, legit.
You literally had to go do Pinterest in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I really want?
That's really sad.
I know.
So we meet Amalita
Compare.
at Dolce and Gabbana. This whole sequence to me is so powerful because we get to see the nostalgia of vintage Dolce and Gabbana where they were truly in their prime instead of throwing out like hack. They're doing kitchenware now. It's like the brand has been so
Dolce and
distilled.
Gabbana has kitchenware?
After all the racism and they've been doing it for a while now, girl. Do not look at
this is
their
the
brand
racism they've been
collabs.
doing kitchenware.
They literally are doing racism in kitchenware right now. That's all Dolce & Gabbana is doing.
Smacked against the wall. Oh my God.
It's so boring. But to see the silhouettes of, we see like Jesus motifs, we see boa, we see color. This is what
we see
Dolce &
Jesus
Gabbana got
motifs,
us.
we see boa.
We see color. No, it's fantastic. It truly reminds you. We see. I love the essence
What
of the
else do we
'90s
see?
where everything's translucent. And in episode 8, we get to see this in Charlotte's shoes as well, where it's like really chic. It is vinyl, but we're coming to the age where we can finally use that textile in manufacturing, and everything just looks so gorgeous, and can truly tell that like the distinguishing part of designer fashion came down to also quality, where we're even missing that gap of today. It really does feel like you truly understand why one would want to be in the cult of Dolce & Gabbana, of a specific fashion house. And today I feel like that essence is completely lost.
I really do think like we've lost fashion because why don't I care about that?
Well, it depends
Fashion's on
on
a
the
down
eye.
curve right now. Fashion isn't culturally important at this current moment.
Yeah.
Even as
Yeah.
much as it was like 2 years ago.
Did you see Demna's Gucci show?
No.
Okay, so the big cult.
Charlie, you didn't see Debney's Gucci
Yeah.
show?
Well, it's
No,
his
I've been
debut
busy.
Gucci show. It's actually a big deal because he's pulling a lot of motifs of Tom Ford, and that's like his big cultural inspiration. But Demna always does a fantastic job of creating like cultural viral moments. So the show itself is interesting because Gucci's been down for 4 quarters now. So they brought him in from Balenciaga in order to like bring new youth appeal to the show. And that's why you have like all rappers in the front few rows of the show. And it feels very viral, and the show itself does invoke a lot of like Gucci's core principles, but the clothing itself is so completely boring. And I think we also, I'm even pulling this out myself. Sorry to go on a little fashion rant here, but we look at Ralph Lauren doing their first menswear show in 4 years, and how every single motif, which it was interesting, and I think they styled it in a well way, and they brought back opera shoes, which I'm like, yes, girl. But other than that, every silhouette has been stolen from another brand. Like the reason I'm wearing these right now is because they were on the Ralph Lauren line, but these are bean boots. But Ralph Lauren has done their own take on bean boots. They did their own take on the Patagonia fleece. They did their own take on everything that's already existed, and everything is like so redone. But here again, it feels so fresh and new. And this whole show, while watching the fashion, I feel inspired. Like every single part of the show.
That's true. Like 90s fashion, it did feel like we're actually like trying to create something new rather than everything is very like referential now.
Yes.
We're trying to like recreate something.
It's
Like
sickening.
Everything's a reboot in fashion and music and
I think what this really made me nostalgic for though is no one's cutting up credit cards anymore. That used to be like such a classic part
Your
of
Apple Pay.
anything. I know, it's
They
like,
cut
what
the
are they going to
iPhone
do?
in
Like,
half.
what if they chop your phone in
Smash
half?
it.
They get a
right?
hammer, they go boom.
Honestly, I could see it happening.
I know, I miss it. It's also like the idea that like they're like, I called the guy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like if we're no longer cutting up credit cards on TV shows, then there's no longer opportunities for like gay guys like me
Yes.
to play the little person who works at the store who is on the phone cutting them up, who has to be like, they said you're declined. Chop.
I know. I'm like, all my boys
I'm like,
remain
I could literally-
unbooked
I could get a
because
SAG
of
card.
because
Apple
Apple Pay.
has denied me a SAG card.
If I could cut cards, I could get a SAG card.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fucking piss
what
me
I
off.
do love about her getting her credit card is her friend Amelita, who she's like, I've met her 3 times.
I will say, by the way, running into Amelita is like, is that not what it feels like to be out with Evan Lazarus?
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, they raised me. And it's like, what do you mean? And why are they buying you $700 shoes?
Yeah, and Evan like introducing you to people you've been with Evan for the
When
last. Evan's like, this is my dear friend, and like Evan, I've spent the last 6 months with you. You've never talked about this person.
Literally, it's like, oh, well, I'm staying with blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you've never mentioned them in your life. But Amelita, the way I'm Miranda, where Miranda's like, who the fuck is Amelita?
Who the fuck is Amelita? And who's
Oh my
Madeline?
God. That's why I
And
really
who's
think I'm like
Madeline?
Carrie.
But Amelita's life was a blur of rich men, designer clothes, and glamorous resorts, dazzling sexual power that she exploited to her full potential. So she's brought into this friend group because this friend group like represents like the modern woman, and they're like, let's show like
my
Amelita and like the woman that's still doing like this kind of thing and like what that looks like. And they really present her in kind of an empowered way. It's
The
like
most beautifully dressed woman I've ever seen.
no,
Yeah.
and she
Oh
knows
my
her
God.
power, and she's like, this is how I want to use it.
Yes.
And it's like not like
Well, you know
sad.
what she
It's
has
like
though is the
interesting.
curse of the housewife. Like watching her, you can totally see the vignette of like Rachel Zoe, or I mean, even any house, like a lot of housewives where Portia's a good example in Atlanta, where they marry wealthy, they are like well dressed, and then because they brought in men with like specific cues from their life, which is like fun party, when those effervescent whipped creamy things dissolve, they are now like left with just their core being, which is unformularized, and they don't have a career to land back on. And a man who is like using them for pleasure loses the pleasure because they're always seeking new, novel. And you can like, honestly, watching her, I'm so happy for her in this moment. But even like in this episode, she's like between men herself, and it literally hurts your heart to watch it because she, like, even though she has so much now, once she's not deemed beautiful anymore, you can tell it's like it's gonna be over for her. And I want her to reinvent
it's
herself.
Dorinda's puppy days.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh, I know what happens.
But it is. I was thinking like it's kind of the magic of Carrie Bradshaw. Like when Carrie's like. Most people would call her Euro trash, but I kind of liked her. I was like thinking about it, like
She's
none
just
of the
fun.
other 4 or the 3 other girls would like deal with Amelita. Like they wouldn't have her in her life. They wouldn't do any. You know what I
Miranda
mean?
and Amelita
Like
getting
Miranda
pedicures.
would hate her. Charlotte would be overwhelmed.
Charlotte would be scared.
And Samantha would be just like jealous and like, or not even jealous, just like not really wanting to do it like that.
Yeah.
But like Carrie's the one who's like, okay, what's the story here? Like let's have
yeah,
fun.
which is
Like,
why she's a writer.
Which is why, yeah.
That's a great point.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's
like,
that's why I would want Amelita in my life.
yeah.
I really do feel that way.
It's the kind of person who's just like
She's fun for
to
the
have
moment.
around for a little while.
No, it's like, why
Understand
not let her in the
relations.
mix for
yeah,
Nap?
yeah.
Well, Carrie
but-
can also carry herself. So, also the beauty of Carrie is she is funny, and she's so likable and pretty, but in still like an interesting way that allows her to be a chameleon of sorts. Like she can fit herself in so many situations, and I think a good example of this is it's like when they're often sitting down for when it's all 4 girls, even the poker night, when we go to the poker night,
Love the poker
everyone
night.
has such a strong opinion about about like trading sex for money, but Carrie's always the observer. Like she's the one without the opinion, and that's why she's able to like fill the vessel of any situation.
Yeah, or she's just the one. She's kind of like devil's advocate, in a
Right.
way. Not quite devil's advocate, but like willing to challenge like all the other girls who are so secure in their like opinions or their like worldview. Carrie's the one who's like kind of open.
Yeah,
I love that
literally.
Miranda and Samantha are both like rare about it. It's like, yes, ladies. But yeah, they do the poker night because she's trying to save a little money, right?
Which that's the worst thing when it's like, should we just stay in tonight and like not spend money? And then it's like
poker.
10 minutes later, it's like, should we all kill ourselves?
Yeah. And then Carrie's the only one who goes out.
Yeah.
No worries. But that's when we get the whole Skipper being addicted to Miranda, showing up an hour early.
Oh, I love that. He's sexy.
Skipper shows up and Skipper is showing like what women hold over men. Like it's the idea that Skipper's like, Carrie, I don't know what's come over me, but like Miranda's so hot I can't stop thinking about her. Like I literally go to the ends of the earth because I'm so horny for her. I feel like a horn dog. And it's like, oh yeah, we have to see like the effect that a woman's sexuality has on a man.
Right. Yeah, and that is like the kind of interesting. That's like what I'm saying about like this episode being kind of like a kaleidoscope. Like it's like you see everything from all different points of view.
Yeah.
And it's like it does. That's like the cool thing about this show too, is it does kind of like, it doesn't center like the male perspective also, but it does kind of offer that like.
It's in the female narrative. You have the male perspective.
Yeah. And it's not just like men are all blah, blah, blah.
No.
Like.
I totally agree. And I think one thing that this episode as well compared to other episodes in this season where there are substantial A, B, C plot here.
Yeah.
But some episodes they like bring in literally a D plot and literally the A plot won't start until like 15 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
But here it's well paced. And I will thank God it's a well paced episode with this kind of narrative I like in season 1. But that's why people don't like season 1 because it feels like it's like bullets how fast the scenes are
It does
going.
feel like every episode is a video essay.
Every episode, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Like, and that's kind of again like the thing about like the first season where it's all kind of like proof of concept. But every
like
episode
Girls
does feel
was
like
the
it.
same, where it was
Yeah.
like, let's
It's a
talk
real
about
thesis.
2010's abortion.
Yeah. Like everything centers around it this episode.
Yeah. But I do want to talk about the conversation they have at poker because it is interesting and like what was going on in this show and what period that was. So Miranda says exploitation of men, or Samantha says exploitation of men is perfectly legal. Women have every right to use every tool at their disposal to achieve power. And Samantha's kind of operating from like, men hold this kind of power, women hold this kind of power. We're both allowed to be doing whatever we want without those powers. Whereas Miranda is like, And then Charlotte's like, so this artist wants me to come upstate. Like, I'm not gonna fuck him, but like the idea in his eyes that I might is enough of a reason, and I should be fine with the like moral ambiguity
and
of
they
that.
all do acknowledge that sex is power. Miranda's
Yeah.
perspective is that you can use that power to sue someone, and I do think it's interesting, even based in their career choices, where like
Right.
Miranda has that traditional archetypal like white collar job, where the rest of them are white collar, but it's that more like where it is so much more human contact is the
Yeah.
thing that perpetuates you.
Yeah, the rest of them like work in culture and
Yeah,
work
exactly.
in like a place where there's not as like strict lines. Or,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also interesting to see like why Miranda's more upset than the other girls.
Yeah.
Because Miranda works in a men's field
Right.
that's like surrounded by men that act like this and like portray this kind of like idea, whereas like Carrie's a feminist writer, Samantha's her own business owner,
Right.
Charlotte's like this art girl. Like I do understand like Miranda being so much more like triggered than any of the other girls.
Yeah, and like as like a lawyer, you want to see things like so kind of like black and white, or like there is a right way, there is a moral answer to this question, rather than
Yeah.
like we're all just kind of figuring it out, and like some of us might feel some way about this than you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Carrie is addicted to being like, I don't know.
yeah. Also, I was feeling so much, and maybe we'll get more into this, but with the painter guy. Because as you all know, I used to work in art PR.
Of course.
And it's such a thing. Like you like meet these artists, or like you hear about these artists who like their work is like deeply like sexually depraved, or like all these
know.
like crazy things, and then like you meet them and it's like an old guy and his wife.
Yeah,
like,
his wife that's like, I brought lemonade.
he's in a wheelchair
And
now,
Fairfield
but
County.
yeah. It's so bizarre, but I felt like that was so.
They
so,
weren't lying, they were
so
telling the truth in
accurate.
that.
Yeah.
Well, let's cut to our second break, and when we get back, we will get into kind of the meat of the second half of the episode.
Oh my god.
They're opening up a Warby Parker in my hometown next to my favorite Chinese food restaurant.
That's gonna change the world.
I was like, now I can finally see the menu too. I knew it was good, but I was just pointing, eating, and now I'm gonna get to know a little bit more with Warby Parker on my side.
I love the Warby Parker sunglasses I've been using. I've been walking to the gym with them every day, and I just feel like I'm becoming the girl I was always meant to be.
Yeah, there's a sense of maturity, but also play that comes into hand with a Warby Parker. It's kind of the name itself.
Warby Parker, like I'm like, oh, Amelia, she's wearing Warby Parker. Like that just sounds right.
Because Warby is kind of warbler. Parker, that's a mature lady around town.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Alex Russo when she was in school.
Yes.
And then it also reminds me of Blair.
Yes. And how?
Blair Waldorf. Warby Parker. Blair
Oh.
Waldorf. Do we hear
Okay,
this
when I hear
clearly?
Parker, I think it's someone who's amazing behind a wheel. Wait, you know what I also love about Warby Parker? Not that it's like every time you buy a pair, they also give a pair to someone in need.
No, I love that. I also love that like they take a lot of like eye insurances. So if you have a prescription, like you can hook yourself up. Warby Parker gives you quality and better looking prescription eyewear at a fraction of the going price. Our listeners get 15% off plus free shipping when they buy 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses at warbyparker.com/girlsrewatch. Evan, say it with me.
That's 15% off when you buy 2 pairs of glasses at
warbyparker.com/girlsrewatch. Girls Rewatch.
And after the purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. And please support our show and tell them you heard it right here.
Y'all, will somebody else get the Elio Walnut ones? I want to match with you.
Me, I got it.
And we're back from the break.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what happens.
I truly, as a party girl or even reclaimed party girl, I understand the scene of Amelita calling up Carrie. She's feeling dirt poor in bed. And Amelita goes, here's an opportunity to go out one more time. And the justification of wearing those new shoes out, I will do a lot to show off a new outfit. I really will. I'll put myself into worse situations if I can show off a new pair of slingbacks.
Again, I've gotten that exact call from Evan Lazarus. It's been in bed.
Yeah, I feel for Carrie. I feel like I usually that was so like an early 20-something thing of me, but now I'm staying in bed.
Yeah.
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 But she goes there, she meets this guy, Amelita, clearly is like, oh, Carrie's poor, let me set her up with this rich guy. Carrie this is the part where she flies.
No, not yet. We're close. We build to that.
Yeah.
So Carrie is at the table. We were talking about it earlier. She's having a hound of a time, girl.
A hound of a time.
There's an Italian man who does not understand nuance, and then 2 people that laugh at the cadence, but not necessarily understanding.
Right. She's crushing at the table.
She's crushing at the table, literally, and it's not just a pepper on top of their Italian meals. Come on. And she's having fun, and Italian architect takes her out for the night. They walk past the Met. First off, what trendy restaurant is in the Upper West Side, mind you?
They were at Central Park.
I know, but they started at the Met.
I thought they were at Balzac once again.
They were at Balzac, and then they go out the next night.
Yes, but the walk home is in front of the Met.
The walk home from the next night is in front of the Met when they were in Central Park before they were in the Met. So I think they're leaving Central Park.
Wait, no, the night when they leave the restaurant, it's the 2 of them, and they're in front of the Met. And then the next day, they're in Central Park.
Got it.
Because he's staying uptown. But I'm like, that is a
Well,
far
he's
trip.
French, not Italian.
The way I think he's Italian, I'm like, that's Paolo.
No, he's French.
That is Paolo, that's Isabella.
She was right, though. He's like so handsome in a way that's
Yes.
uncomfortable. Like he's not
Yeah.
hot, but he's handsome.
And she's like, there's a lot of red flags. I'm going to ignore them. No
Yeah.
worries. And then, so they go on the whole like Central Park day, la la la. They hook up at his hotel. She's
in
like,
that boa in the red coat.
yes,
Great
it's
outfit.
Beautiful.
And
It
she's
really
like-
is. And the way the petals are falling, we're like, I guess it's spring.
Yeah.
Really heavy-handed with this one, smashing us over with it.
yeah. And she's like, I usually don't have a rule of not hooking up on the first day of meeting someone, the first
Like,
24
are they near the
hours.
Jefferson Memorial in D.C.? How did it get this many
It's
cherry
the cherry
blossoms?
blossoms.
Come on, girl.
Honey, date on the title
Where did they
basin.
import those from? Please.
Walking past the FDR Memorial.
He's like, he's really downtown.
Okay, come on.
He's in
Downtown
D.C.
can mean anything.
I got a new deal for you.
But then Carrie's like, this was cute. What a sweet, nice guy. What a lovely time. He's like, I'll call you. And then she's like, wait a second. We never swapped numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, he wrote me a letter. How sweet. Oh, he paid me. He thought I was a prostitute.
Right.
Well, okay, so this whole moment is so confounding to me because the whole episode, Carrie's like, I'm dirt fucking poor. I'm in credit card debt. And she's the first person to ever bring up credit card debt on TV. We have to give her that. The same year we had the first gay kiss on TV, we also brought up credit card debt.
What was the first gay kiss on TV?
Mission Hill, 1998.
Oh.
It also is the same year.
Cartoon.
But it is like it's this funny portrayal where she's literally begging a man for money essentially the whole episode. Where she goes, I'm dirt poor. I can't even afford to like be outside.
Right.
And then he's like, oh, as an architect, apparently I make $600,000 a year, so I could throw $1,000 your way. It's like, by the way, I know architects are getting an $80K base. And that's for the first 5 years.
I'm like, isn't Ted Mosby an architect? Like,
Right. He has roommates.
Well, there's different levels to it. You got to get up to be a principal.
Got it.
But
family money.
the whole thing of it is kind of like, if this guy wanted to buy Carrie $1,000 worth of shoes, she wouldn't have really cared or thought about it. But then it's like I think that's what it's trying to do is like making like the financial exchange between men and women a little more blatant to see how you
to
feel
be
about it when you
there's no denying or like twisting.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Like Carrie could like spin it a million different ways if you wanted to buy her like a pair of Jimmy Choos, but like when it's just $1,000 cold hard cash. Also, when she opened it, I was like, A, that looks like more than $1,000. B, I wish it was more than $1,000.
Like, girl, you've never seen $1,000.
That's not gonna make a dent.
Girl, that ain't gonna fix nothing.
Well, I will make the case that Carrie, when she goes back, when Amelita calls her the second time, the monologue she has is, I could easily see how I could relay this like one night stand into going to Venice and then Venice to a piece of jewelry and jewelry to marriage.
Right.
Where she does understand that objects are still part of the exchange.
Totally.
Where it's like women can, like, especially Amelita, because her initial act of showing off the boyfriend at the restaurant the first time is showing Van Cleef high line, which is like, to get something from the high fashion line of Van Cleef, girl, that's gonna be in the
Van
20s.
Cleef and Arpels.
It's such a beautiful name.
Her 12 grand bracelet that she just got.
Fab.
It's fab, truly. Because I was ready for like at least 5 motifs. I was ready for a 5 motif bracelet. It's all diamonds.
That is also an awesome thing. Like when, like she just goes up to her. The first thing she says about the bracelet, $12,000.
Yeah.
Like it is kind of like a game to like see like how much you can get out of these men. Like for like a woman like Amelita, it's like that's part of like, and that's obviously part of it for the men too. It's like they get a kick out of like spending all the money. Like
it's the early pay pick.
yeah. It's
Wave, darling, wave.
The early pay pick.
The early pay pick.
But it is interesting when we bring the girlies in for brunch room service that Miranda is, of course, spent this whole episode being like, no, that's exploitation. She's like, the $1,000 is crazy, but we can order another salmon.
Right,
like
exactly.
that's the line for her where it's like, well, breakfast is one thing.
I'm like,
That's the
that
thing,
$1,000
like,
wouldn't cover that breakfast.
It
in
can't just be
today's
pure
price.
cash. Something about
That
it being like
part.
a pure cash exchange is what like makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like as a society, we like put up all these different kind of like interferences between it, like these middlemen that like kind of obscure the fact that it's oftentimes just kind of
cash is
exchange
always
of
an
money.
exchange.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And like you can't tax a eggs Benedict in the same way you can with cash.
Honey,
You know, in the government sense, it's
the way
not
these
a formal
brunch prices are going, they're trying.
Any closing thoughts on that room service talk?
That is so like classic, and it feels like almost a trope, but it's like Sex and the City probably invented it of like stay and order room service, and it's like let me call my girls and we'll all order room service. Like I love that.
I love that the girls are always so available.
Literally, those girls are gonna find a way to be around a table.
Yeah, like they are always eating together, and that's gorgeous.
It's like, oh, something's happened in my life. I need to call the girls and we need to have a Socratic seminar. Like,
yeah, it's because
that's the
group
plot.
chats didn't used to exist.
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
really had to show up.
They used to have to be group chats in real life.
Because I really do think if this episode happened today, Carrie would be laying in bed in the group chat,
Yeah.
like triple bazillion texting, being like whatever, and they're all sending voice notes.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk.
Three-way FaceTime.
Yeah,
I know.
let's
that'd be
discuss.
fun. I'm gonna go. What could I do with FaceTime?
I know we needed a new Sex in the City about FaceTime.
It's that one episode of Modern Family.
When they all did everything on Zoom.
Well, I think they did try that in the reboot, girl. They did a lot more FaceTime.
They rebooted Modern Family?
God, I wish.
Honey.
No,
Get
and
Julie
just like
Bowen
that.
back on my
Oh,
TV.
oh,
Because a big part of Aiden and hers relationship is FaceTime
Got it,
sex
got
or
it,
like
got
FaceTime relationship.
Now Neville Morgan,
Neville Longbottom.
the
Shady
reclusive artist who lives upstate with on a farm.
And a cane.
Charlotte decides to go. Why not? I love that a taxi drove her all the way up and dropped her off. No worries. And then she, of course, looks at his greatest new work, which he says is about like the ultimate power, the giver of life. And it's like a bunch of paintings of women's pussies.
Yeah.
Hot.
Whoa. And Charlotte's like, okay.
The closest thing I've ever done to God.
The closest thing I've ever gotten to God.
That is also a thing, like the most like misogynistic, like evil, like powerful rich men will like make a painting like the most powerful thing in the world, and it's like it's a vagina. And it's like, actually I think you just like wanted to look at a bunch of women's vaginas and paint them. You know what I mean?
Literally. It's
I mean,
also
that's why George O'Keeffe did it. No, I'm
Honey.
kidding.
Maybe those were crevices.
the whole thing that's like the idea that like I'm getting all these Epstein file like whatever TikToks.
Yeah.
I'm pretty deep in it. Justin Bieber.
She's close to
She's
cracking the
deep
case.
in it. Oh.
Justin Bieber
You
was
really are going on
sacrificed.
25 dates this
Justin
month.
Bieber was sacrificed.
Oh my God, Jim Carrey, fake. Replaced.
No, I'm not on that one. I think that that's like I saw stuff about how like the Epstein people like invented 4chan so that like they could reveal everything, but then like make everything like add in a few things that are so crazy that it makes everything look crazy.
Yeah.
And that's like I think the Jim Carrey stuff we're all taking it too far.
The way they're like, we've been cloning celebrities, and that's why we normalize veneers so it'd be easier because teeth are always like showing it off. Like the way I'm like experiencing psychosis.
I'm still not over you saying me Googling why would Jeffrey Epstein and his friends want to do that.
It's like, but I found out, I watched this video, this girl was basically like, men are so jealous that they cannot create life.
Yeah.
That every bad thing in the world kind of goes back to like, women create life. Women have this power that men just like legit don't have. So they have to do all this other shit to feel equal.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
And that like going back to like the paintings thing, it's like it is classic that it's like here's the most powerful thing in the world, the source of life, everything. You're gonna spread your legs. I'm gonna paint it, then I'm gonna sell that for $10 million.
Yes.
I'm gonna be the one who's like dominating all of it. But you can kind of blush at the fact that like this.
The way Charlotte's blushing, I'm like, girl,
I'm like, girl.
snap,
But that is
face forward.
It is like a heaven scene at the end when they're all like going around at the opening and they're like, which one is it?
Which one is it?
I think it's over there.
I can't get over the wife being like, I have lemonade and cookies while she's
know.
like beaming at her husband who's
She's
painted
like,
with thousands
we're gonna paint your
cuts."
cunt?
Yeah.
Well, they
The
always do
hell?
because even Barkley in episode 2 it's another again like portrayal of a man capturing women almost unknown because he's secretly filming women while they have sex and then trying to monetize it.
Yeah.
And that's actually how all male OnlyFans work. Is that when men have OnlyFans, they're using the female body still. A lot. I mean, there's still gay OnlyFans, but when straight guys try to do OnlyFans, they also.
It's usually couple.
It's like they have 17 women, and then it's them.
Yeah.
And that's how men do OnlyFans. And then a lot of female OnlyFans is, of course, it's female led a bit more.
Brutal.
Well, it's just an interesting. It's like when the Paul brothers do OnlyFans, it's an orgy of like 7,000 women, and then when a woman does it, it's a bit more like.
I saw a thing the other day of a dad and son who were doing OnlyFans
Yes.
together.
Well, because the dad was a porn star, and then
Yeah.
the son wanted to get into the family business.
Damn.
I mean, it worked on White Lotus, you know.
All right.
I can't wait for season 4.
Of White Lotus.
But I have no idea who's in the cast because Pop Crave keeps making stuff up, and
I
I
know.
just we've lost the
The
string.
only one I've seen is Chris Messina, who you know who that is, right? From
No.
Indie Project.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
I saw that Chris Messina and someone just quoted it. Get naked, boy.
Wow. This town is sick. Should we jump into our famous segment?
Ready?
Girl, what girl are you?
Okay. I've been thinking about it. I think I'm mostly a Charlotte with a bit of Miranda. I think I'm like a Charlotte and Miranda combination.
Why?
Well, I think like Charlotte with the like art kind of like preppy vibes a little bit, like kind of try to be like not demure, but try to like go with the rules or like the societal norms a little bit. And then Miranda, I'm kind of like, what about this? What about that? And kind of, I don't know, Miranda vibes.
No, Miranda
That's a great
vibe.
explanation.
Hashtag Miranda vibe.
You know what I mean?
I know
Where
exactly
I'm like,
what you
sometimes
mean.
I really like, I usually go with the flow. Sometimes I get, you know, a rock in my shoe about something.
The thing about you is that you're Charlotte, and then you're Miranda on her worst day.
Yeah.
For about 10 minutes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you pretend that that didn't happen.
Then I cover it back up. I go back in Michelle.
I'm like, it seems like you're upset. And you're like, no.
Right. I'm a turtle where the animal is Miranda, but the shell is Charlotte.
Yeah,
And
that's totally
girl, you
right.
make puns like Samantha. I'll say
Honey.
that.
Got a little bit of all of it. Honey.
Yeah, I'm like,
But I don't like how I carry myself.
Samantha would be amazing at doing your RuPaul spaghetti.
I know,
content.
that's the thing.
Like,
My RuPaul
fun.
spaghetti content. Girl, they do mostly shells.
sorry, are we talking Banza?
No, I'm not gonna pay for this.
Oh.
What girl are you,
Girl,
Amelia?
what noodle are you?
Oh, I said I'm Miranda because I'm angry about anything that isn't black and white. I hate nuance.
Yeah.
I'm really tough for me. I'm mad at Skipper unfairly. That would piss me off. Girl, I told you to come an hour later. What are you doing here? Go for a walk. When he's like, wait in the hallway, I'd be like, yeah, wait in the hallway. And then enjoying free breakfast, but being ready to sue at any moment. That's what I'm going to do, where it's like, oh, I'm always on my high horse. And it's like, girl, you're actively participating in the system.
Right. I did like that when Skipper comes over Skipper's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Skipper comes over the second time when Carrie is getting ready for the date and he's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's also such like a cherished relationship. Like you and your friend's new partner who like, you're not sure it's all going to work out, but like you're trying to be on their side because you're rooting for them. You know
It's
what I
giving
mean?
Hannah and Elijah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I know, but I hate to be in the middle.
Yeah.
Because when you are at a mutual party, when you set someone up, you also become the burden of becoming the official third wheel.
Yeah.
That's true. And
You're in
Carrie
the
doesn't
middle.
seem to mind, but I feel like I would mind.
Well, because her life is exploration of sex
Right,
and dating,
right.
which of course is good for her job. But in reality, it's like now you have to dedicate 5 hours a week to hearing both sides.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my
But
God.
you know what? That is like legit her full-time job.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, Skipper, you can get an hour with me. I'm getting
And also,
ready.
he's just showing up. I'm like, I didn't hear a buzzer.
No.
She's in a moo-moo.
He's so
you know?
cute.
She's
I
in
love
a
him.
Girl, what girl are you?
I feel like Carrie's Boa because even when
You're Amalita, girl.
Bitch, you're
Amalita.
Amalita.
no, I don't have like the sex appeal that she does. All love.
Sorry.
No one's fighting. And now Miranda.
You're around at the shrink being like, none of my friends want to kiss
No,
me.
literally. I'm Carrie's Boa because even when I feel out of place, I can manage to fit right in. Carrie's Boa.
Carrie's Boa.
Oh my God. Her boa.
Yeah.
Boa
we-
really is great.
Should we bring back boas? You never see those in the streets.
No,
Yeah.
it's because it's a
I
rare.
feel like I do when I'm walking with you, girl.
What are you wearing right now?
That's the thing about every Carrie Bradshaw outfit also is like, because you know she's like trying to find an episode for or an outfit for the date, and she's like, "Oh, it's gonna be this," and then they cut to her outfit. I'm like, "What the hell is she wearing?" Then 3 seconds later, I'm like, "It's perfect." You know what I mean? Like,
I am gonna be honest. I feel out of place with a tutu on my tits today. I
it
didn't
looks
get the
good.
LL Beans discussion.
girl, you knew I was coming.
No, I should have known. I should have known it would be in Capri.
A Capri.
We're
What are
done.
you getting carried away with this week, Charlie?
Last segment of the pod carried away.
Okay, well, that's just like your hot take.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually want to continue what I was saying earlier because that's really the hottest take that's come to me is that we need to bring back physical credit cards so that gay guys can have roles in TV shows cutting up physical credit cards.
Yes.
Because it's like that's a whole industry that we used to have in this country. Like jobs are slipping away because of Apple Pay.
But you know what? You're somebody who I had to beg to get a credit card.
And Amelia, let me tell you, it has ruined my life.
It was like, you need to start building your credit. And you're like, so I'm in debt.
And by the way,
It's a
I am.
slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, girl.
It sure is.
That's my fault.
But
I
I'm
do
like-
take responsibility.
You can pay it
But I'm
off.
like, now I'm just in credit card debt. But at least if like physical credit cards were more of a thing, I could at least have like some live theater when I'm like,
Right.
and I'm
Now
getting
you're just,
rather
it's that
revealed
number
to
on
me.
the screen. It's an
Yeah,
email.
yeah. Now it's just a number I have to avoid. Oh, brother.
This is one of those things where you're like, it could have been it is an email. I wish it could have been not
right.
an email.
I wish it was hibachi. Like,
I will say, to read it in most.
like I want some theatricality.
Girl,
if you're,
I want some grilled onions on fire.
right. I'll catch the piece of the card.
You know why it's important though? Because Dorit in the most recent episode for Beverly Hills, she goes to Love Shack Fancy and she has like a manic episode in there where she spends $5,000, but her credit card gets declined. And it's only like teen workers at the Love Shack fancy into Hamptons, and they don't understand how like to do conflict. So it's literally 7 employees being like, I guess your credit card doesn't work, and they're all just like standing her
Gen Z
aloof.
stare.
Yeah.
Gen Z stare at
Serena's like,
Dorit.
I promise, it's because I'm far. And then she walks away with only one bag after spending $5,000.
What do you mean Love Shack fancy? Like the
store?
the athleisure dresses that I wear?
Girl, you're getting athleisure Love Shack fancy?
Yes.
From where? The Target Club?
No. The Love Shack fancy Newly thing.
Yes, yeah.
I wore it in Bethesda, and you were like, "What are you wearing?"
Yeah, but their actual like their main line instead of their diffusion line, it's pricey, girl.
It's like fancy dress.
It's fancy and it's love.
Have you already talked about how Carrie Bradshaw would feel about Newly?
Oh my god, we're waiting for SpawnCon, bitch.
Okay,
Drop it.
never mind.
Drop it.
Amelia, what are you getting carried away with?
All right. So what I got carried away with is
I can only you're like fat lip, and that's what the painter's painting.
oh, you know what's starting to piss me off? Okay, Carrie is painted as like the artist, the creative, and Charlotte's like the consumer. No, like she's just like, I'll conform to whatever the thing is. Like this is what life is. Like, but then it's like, meanwhile, she's like perceptive to like the latest art. She's like in the know about all this like stuff. And Carrie is literally like, I need to buy shoes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we get to think Carrie is like this thought leader, and Charlotte's like whatever the book said about we're the ladies she's listening to.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's like she's like getting her comp painted upstate.
Yeah.
Carrie's being basic
painting the
ass,
cunt.
Yeah.
getting her shoes bought. Like
Charlotte is such a fabulous depiction, though, of a girl who studied art in college and then like moves to New York and works in a gallery, because they're like such this weird balance of like so normal and like weirdly conservative, and then so kind of like freaky
That's why
and like
Marnie works.
intellectual. Yeah, it's very Marnie.
This
It's
is
like
it's taking me back to Marnie, where everybody's like, "Oh, the type A basic bitch," and then it's like, "Girl, she's nuts. She's addicted to Booth Jonathan."
Yeah. But it's like I know so many girls like that who
That's
are just
real
like
woman.
yeah, because like they want to. It's like this perfect balance between like wanting to be like successful, high paced, like all this and that, but then like you're being successful and high paced in like a super creative, like ooey gooey, like kind of world. So it's like it really does like take both sides of the brain in a way that I think makes like a very satisfying character.
It's kind of the Caroline Bessette Kennedy archetype.
Yeah.
Where especially like in Charlotte's outfits, like it's so column-esque, like everything's so structured
Right.
while watching it. And that is very much like it's a rigor. It's also fairly conservative, but she's wearing these like high-end brands.
She's so pretty.
She's so pretty.
It's unreal.
so crazy.
And there's something
That's a
so
girl who
slutty. The 90s like brought up a great time.
She's like sexy too.
Yeah. The 90s is a great time because now everything is like over the top, not over the top slutty, but back then like just showing like the silhouette of the body
Right.
was considered
like
slutty.
sultry.
Right. And
Yeah.
her outfits, even though they are modest, are still slutty in a way.
Yeah.
And they're
She's a-
called
Like
appearance.
sexy
She's a
librarian.
legend. She's a legend.
Yeah.
Evan, what are you getting carried away about this week?
So I read a book about creative habits where they interviewed 142 different people, and they tried to get more than that, but they were reaching out to like artists of rock and roll status, of actors, but only scientists replied. So I will give that caveat. But 82% of people that were successful in their creative endeavors were married or had a partner that supported them at a young age. And we see this as a similar representation as an artist in Fairfield County and his wife, who is literally serving him up lemonade and cookies and supporting his craft. He's able to reach the level of success because he has the female partner who supports him and all his other responsibilities so he can pursue the craft itself. And that's like the key representation of why so many people become successful in arts, is because they can like dole out like the responsibility.
Domestic requirements.
Yeah.
That's so real. Like, yeah, you can like go paint masterpieces all day because like you don't have to worry about making dinner, or like you don't have to worry about, you know what I mean?
And what's so cool is that women are now getting to create masterpieces, and they're like, surprise, motherfuckers. You can also be a mother.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing all this shit. And it's like, oh, like the men are like, oh, well, I simply can't make my own lunch.
Right.
And it's like, well, I meal prep before this. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have glitter in your hair.
A myth of genius.
Just a little.
But yeah, that's like such a nice little detail that they add for
Yeah, it
the
is.
painter, that he like has this wife who clearly does everything for him.
Well, they
and,
truly
like,
understand.
Yeah.
This show isn't just
the show's so good.
it's not it is a fictional show, but there's parts of it that Elementary feels so real about it
Yeah.
that the feeling that it captures so much in such a wide breadth, and it also does that like great portrayal that Girls does as well in Broad City, where even though you're doing like this really simplistic environment and everything kind of feels obvious, like of course they're at a trendy restaurant, the level of detail that it invokes in every single scene is a thing that makes it feel the vibe that it does. That so many other shows have to rely on setting and like specificity of character. Sex and the City can just rely on the detail of humanity and like complex understanding, which is beautiful.
The thing we didn't talk about, the hostess, all her little fascinators, her hats.
Oh my god,
Oh
we
my
didn't talk about the
God.
tampon of it
She
all.
had, I know we didn't talk about the tampon, but her hat, she had like a hat in every different scene that like every scene it was somehow even more like gravity defying. Like the last time she was wearing like a pillbox hat like at 90 degrees. Like,
Oh my
It's
God.
beautiful.
it was fabulous.
The power of a
though.
pen.
I
Fabulous,
love that
though.
she almost never speaks.
I know.
And she is the main character of the episode.
Yeah, and they're calling her like the most powerful woman in New York. Like I love that kind of thing.
I just love when Carrie is like in the bathroom washing her hands and she like sheepishly is like, do you have a tampon? And Carrie's like, I do.
Of course.
Well, it does show
Or
the power of the service worker in high status areas. Like again, like we're talking about the gay guy cutting the credit card, where it's like when you are in a place of power, even just the equivalent of working there gives you power itself. And that's why so many people are like attracted to the arts or entertainment, even if it's like not well paying, because being there feels like a position of power in itself.
I do love when Carrie is offering up the tampon. It doesn't feel like she's like, and now I can use this as a
Yeah,
piece.
exactly.
It's like, of course you're a girl who needs a tampon.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she's like, and that just happens to like benefit us in the long run.
Absolutely. Whereas like Samantha
Samantha would be like, well, now you owe me.
Yeah, exactly. Samantha would like somehow be like tracking that girl's period and being like, if we go back in 2 weeks, she'll need a tampon and I'll make sure they're all empty in the, staff room. So like, then we'll never have to wait for a table.
I love that Carrie's like, I'm not going to tell Samantha this is why.
No, yeah.
Which is really sweet. For her to protect her friend's ego in that way is so darling.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I love it. What a gorgeous
Well, thank
Yeah,
you guys
this
so
was
much
so
for listening
fun.
to Girls Rewatch, and thank you so much for Charlie for being on. Do you have anything you want to plug?
I'm doing an hour at the end of the month, my
yes.
hour of stand-up at Union Hall on March 29th.
Ooh,
Find
fun
out about it on my
out.
Charlie's
Instagram.
so funny. And if you
Charlie's
like-
really good at comedy.
If
You
you
should
like
come see
jokes
it.
about like the intersection of gay guys and tarot cards, you're gonna love his comedy.
And by the way, I'm literally thinking as I'm speaking, like, can I turn that credit card thing into a joke? Probably not.
Well, find out at the end of this month. We'll be back next week with another episode. Till then, bye.